Hello, I wanted to come and connect with you about a topic that's come up a bit this week about perfectionism. And like me, I think a lot of women have had a relationship or have a relationship with perfectionism. I think it's something that our culture, our society really stirs up in us and actually encourages within us that perhaps when we get to adulthood, we start to question or notice when it can be out of balance or not supporting us. And that's something that's been on my radar lately. And yeah, I had some insight this week about it that I wanted to share with you for your contemplation, your opportunity for reflection. And what it's about is uh, essentially, I believe that perfectionism dilutes our authenticity. Pause and let you absorb that. Perfectionism dilutes our authenticity. So, what I'm talking about there is when we are stuck in our head, focusing on the details that we perceive to be less than perfect. Where am I messing up? How could this be better? Perhaps we're contrasting, comparing ourselves with others. Generally, it's that sense of being stuck in our head, right? And when we're there, we're not in here. We're not present with ourself, with our core, with our heart, our truth, whatever it is for you, connected to spirit. But for me, it's about that sense of within and that inner inspiration. So when we're stuck in our head, analysing, judging, we're not in here. We're not connected to our whole self, our inner self, to the present moment, to the opportunity to be with what is, rather than what could be or should be or isn't. What is here? And is this feeling aligned? Is this feeling on track with the inspiration? And perhaps it's not. Perhaps the little voice is coming in to say this isn't on track, and it's important to listen to that. The mind is useful, but when it's coming in with the judgment and the energy of perfection and you're not good enough, this isn't enough, whatever that is for you. Generally, there's a voice for each of us. But when you feel that energy of perfectionism, I invite you to pause with that and to notice, to be gentle with yourself. I find humour and lightness really, really helpful in alleviating the stressors in this experience, and to just breathe with what is, and know that there is power with the imperfection. I almost don't even like the word imperfection, but I'm going to roll with it because it has a useful energy. But embracing what is, being comfortable and accepting with what is, and trusting that it's enough, that it's perfectly imperfect, that it's perfect as it is, that there isn't a benefit in analysing it and trying to see it from other people's point of view and perspective, but just staying with the inspiration and the feedback from yourself is really potent. So yeah, again, if we get stuck in the perfectionism, we dilute the authenticity. And it's the authenticity that our audience craves, whether it's a client, a customer, a peer, a family member. All they want from us is our truth, our whole authentic presence and gift of ourself, perfectly imperfect. And in doing so, again, to get out of ourself, it's like we're giving them permission to be imperfectly perfect as well, which is really freeing and liberating for all of us. So that can be helpful too, to take the attention away from yourself and think about others and think, yeah, I want them to be comfortable with what is and their whole truth and their expression of themselves, not what they perceive to be perfect. How boring. Yeah. So I ask you to feel into that for yourself and notice when you lean into the old addiction of perfectionism. And if you can't relate to this, fantastic, I celebrate that with you. And if you do, then please have a play. Sing out if I can help. Thanks.